You can do this. You made the biggest step already in just deciding to audition in the first place. From this moment on, the journey is all downhill. By which I mean it's going to be easier, not that it's going to be like worse from this moment on. You know what? I'm going to regroup and try again. Because my name's Derek. I get drawn poorly. And this is your Audition Pep Talk. Welcome to Derek Sings Poorly, the channel for theater kids of all ages and the people who tolerate them. I am the titular Derek, reminding you to hit the like and subscribe button now while you're feeling inspired. They say that there are two groups of people in the world. People who like to divide people into two groups of people and people who don't. And those are indeed the luckiest people in the world. Actually, the two types of people I'm referring to are people who like auditions and people whose skin crawls at the mere mention of the word. Now, I've always thought that auditioning is an absolute blast, and that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with experience. There are plenty of experienced thespians who still get the pre-audition jitters. So whether you're preparing for your first audition or your 21st audition, here are 4 things to keep in mind before you walk through that theater door. What do Lin-Manuel Miranda, Tom Cruise, and Betty White all have in common? Dazzling smiles, yes, but more importantly, they've all had a first audition. Everyone had a first audition. You are not alone in feeling overwhelmed and uncertain. You are not alone in your nerves and self-doubt. You are standing in the same place as your favorite actors, singers, and creators. And the same place as everyone else you'll be sharing the stage with. Don't hesitate to reach out to your fellow auditioners and castmates and about what you're feeling. They've been there and they will be all too willing to offer you any advice or assistance that they can. Because once, they were you. And you are someone with something to offer. The cast of a play is like one of those edgeless jigsaw puzzles. And until you audition, they are missing your piece. Maybe it's your voice, or the way you move, or your comic timing. Maybe it's your charisma, or your aura of decency. Or perhaps this particular play doesn't need your unique element front and center. But now that you've auditioned, they know who you are, and maybe next show will be an even better fit for you. Don't let that discourage you. Remember that every character is visualized 3 times. First by the writer, then by the director, and finally, by the actor. So be open to any role and make it your own. The third thing to remember is that auditioning is a whole different skill set than acting or singing or dancing, and the only way to get better at it is to start doing it. Malcolm Gladwell famously said that it takes 10,000 hours of dedicated practice to master any skill. That's why I'm trying to multitask right now. Now, it's not literally true, of course. Don't focus on the number, just accept that to get good at anything requires practice. And the only way to practice your audition skills is to audition. The more you do it, the better you'll get at choosing your showcase pieces, or at reading sides, or even at schmoozing with the crew and forming connections. Acknowledge where you're at and strive to improve, even just 1% better each time. And if you're still on the fence and need that last little push onto the stage, remember this. Performing live theater is just one of the best things there is. It's so fun, you guys. The joy of creating art with the rest of the cast and crew, seeing all that hard work come together and coalesce into a final show. The bonds that you form over the weeks of rehearsals and the late nights, the flubs, the in-jokes. The constant nagging feeling that your theater is haunted. You won't want to trade those for anything, especially after 2020 left most stages dark. Many of us would give just about anything to experience them again. So if you have the opportunity, take it. You're gonna have a great time. And hey, thanks for watching. I hope this little pep talk helps you feel a little bit more prepared for taking on your next audition. Leave a comment down below with the show that you're trying out for next, and be sure to share this with the audition newbie in your life. Because next week we take a look at what happens after you get cast, and it's time to start reading the script. Peace and all good.